10 minutes to 7 on what for some areas has been kind of a dreary Saturday morning. Not everywhere. We have some pockets of sunshine, but right now a lot of this is going on too. And this is the view from Powers and Woodman out there at Alba Eye Care. We have 59 degrees, a little southeasterly breeze, some low clouds, fog, a little drizzle. As you're driving around the north side of town, you'll probably have to run your windshield wipers, at least for a little while. We don't expect this is going to last all day, but that's what we have out there this morning. More clouds than sun right now at Parkview Medical Center in Pueblo, but the cloud deck's up off the ground, so we have good visibility right now. There are a few holes developing in the clouds. It's a very comfortable 66 degrees. It's been a nice morning, nice night for sleeping as well. The National Weather Service Forecast Office in Pueblo has issued a flash flood watch. Goes into effect this afternoon, lasts through this evening for all the areas you see shaded in green. Locally, that does include El Paso, Teller, and Fremont counties, as well as the higher terrain to the south and west of Pueblo. Doesn't mean we don't expect the potential for heavier rain farther to the east, but flash flooding would likely be confined to these areas that you see shaded in green. Skycast shows we'll end up with a good bit of cloud cover off and on through the day today. I think the farther south you go, the more sun you'll see here through noon. But shortly after noon, the first showers should begin developing. Like yesterday, we might keep the stronger cells at bay until very late in the day or this evening just because it's a little cool out and we need that heat to generate the storms. But we do expect by later on this afternoon the first cells will start coming off the higher terrain and moving east. Warmest air should be found south of the Arkansas River with 80s and lower 90s. Along and north of the river, 70s and 80s. So there's a frontal boundary draped across the Arkansas River. That should be the focus for the heaviest storms today, probably along and north of it, where we're likely going to see the heavier rain and maybe even a little potential for some severe weather with hail about an inch in diameter and some wind gusts the primary threats. Skycast suggests the larger area of storms will develop over northern parts of our coverage area and track off to the east. This would produce a lot of very heavy rain this evening and into tonight. Heck of a light show out there in eastern Colorado too. It's possible that this area could be shifted a little bit farther south. That's something we'll have to track closely through the afternoon and evening hours. But the point is the rain today could be heavy with any stronger cells, and should one drift over some areas that have already been soaked with recent rain, or of course any of our burn scars, then yeah, flash flooding is certainly a concern for us. So highs in the 70s today. Will be back in the 80s tomorrow. Storms will begin to decrease in coverage and intensity tomorrow, though we still expect a few. And as we move into next week, we'll go with very spotty, weak storms, 10% coverage, just a token stuff. We don't expect a lot of rain through much of next week until maybe Friday, when the next front will drop us into the 70s and ramp up our storm chances once again. Pueblo, high temperatures today, not too warm with mid-80s, but we'll start creeping back up into the 90s by next week. Tuesday and Wednesday probably dry for you. After today, the next best chance for rain probably doesn't arrive until Friday. Could have a storm or two around tomorrow as well, but it certainly looks like those chances for storms are going down here over the next couple of days. Canyon City couldn't rule out heavy rain today or tomorrow. Then the storms become spottier and weaker as we head through the middle of next week. Couldn't rule them out entirely, but I don't think you'll have much rain Tuesday and Wednesday. And we'll see about Friday if that front gets here as advertised. We'll expect to get cooler too. Mountain areas also going to trend downward with regard to the number of storms we expect, but we're going to keep them in your forecast every day. Percentages will drop off from something like 60, which is pretty high today, maybe down to about a 20% coverage by later on in the week. And those storms Tuesday and Wednesday aren't likely to be huge rainmakers, just kind of brief showers going by and cool things off some. But today's definitely our main concern in the short term.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, and I feel like we got a lot of heat, and now things are kind of cooling down, kind of that crisper air, and I don't think people are hating it, kind
Woke
of a
up to a
relief.
66-degree house, and it was pretty nice.
Pretty nice. Yeah, good change. All right, Marty, thanks so much.
You're welcome.